I want us to make a testament with the people of Kenya. If there is anyone here at whatever level, be you a governor, be you an MCA, be you whoever it is who has looted this country, you know you stand the chance of being condemned. So when we are talking about a person of the stature of Raila Amolo Odinga, we are seeing in him those strains of justice which are yet to be won. We are seeing in him those strains of peace which are yet to be achieved. We are seeing in him the strains of reconciliation which we are yet to see. We are seeing in him the Kenyanhood being at the center of everything else. May God bless you all. May God lift you up as we bid farewell to Baba. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
So that is Bishop Professor David Kadia. Is the bishop who was presiding over the memorial service for Raila Amolo Odinga yesterday at the Nyayo Stadium, and he had a very powerful message during his preaching, and he was hinting directly at the leaders who were there. And we could see the reception that message got, especially from Kenyans. Yeah, he was speaking about looting, speaking about the use of money in politics, the influence that these politicians have, and how they misuse it to mistreat people. So it was one of the most powerful sermons I've witnessed in recent past, especially delivered to Kenyans and Kenyan leaders, where Kenyan politicians and leaders were in one sitting and in a grand memorial, in a grand final send-off for Raila Amolo Odinga. He came out very strongly to condemn the ills that have been going on for years, to condemn the ills that Raila Amolo Odinga has been fighting for since he came into the political scene, the Kenyan political scene. And he was short of mentioning somebody's name, because when it came to corruption, he said, be it a governor, be it an MCA, if you have looted any money from Kenyans, you stand condemned. I wish he went further and mentioned the president. I wish he went further and mentioned the MPs. I wish he went further, mentioned women reps. And I wish he went further and mentioned names of people who are looting the country. But it is true that we have gone to a place where it is getting out of control. Everybody who is getting into government is getting into government loot. Everybody who has been privileged to be chosen by the people to go represent them, to go manage their resources, they end up eating that money. They end up disappointing Kenyans. They end up not following what the social contract that we've entered with them. Because when we elect somebody as a president, as a governor, as an MCA, as an MP, we're electing them to go represent us because we are busy doing some other things. All of us cannot fit in parliament to make some decisions. So we select a few of us to go ahead and represent us. And the representation is about service. You are serving the people. You are not there to be rich. You're not there to gain to have monetary gains, to make deals. No, no, no. Of course, the work or the role and the responsibility of a politician or an elected representative in any position comes with a very good package that Kenyans have put together to for them to live a dignified life. It will be a shame somebody who is representing the people but living like a pooper. So it is nice. They have very good specs. The salaries are our MPs, our MPs, our governors, and our president are among the best paid public servants in the world. They have the best packages for them to serve people. But despite what we have agreed on as Kenyans, despite what we have settled to be the uh, a good package for somebody who's representing the people, they seem not to be satisfied with that kind of money because they are paid around 500 and upwards for those in national assembly and in senate. They are, the cabinets are paying cabinet secretaries are being paying around 900 and upwards with other allowances that come in. So it's actually bizarre. It's actually doesn't make sense to us Kenyans. We make a very good package for you, but you end up not feeling satisfied for what we've given you, for the money we've in the how do you call it, the compensation, not the compensation, the salary we are giving you, the benefits, the what. Instead of serving people, it's deals and deals, and we end up making billionaires out of politicians. You cannot be a billionaire as a politician. It doesn't make sense. Most billionaires that we have, even if let's say you're serving 5 years and you're not using your money and you're being paid, let's say assuming you're being paid 1 million shillings per month, in 12 in a year is 12 months, is in a year it is 12 months, which means you'll have 12 million. In 5 years, that will be 60 million, I believe. 12 times 5, yes, it's 60 million. So the the most you can get from serving as a representative of the people, being paid 1 million shillings, is 60 million for 5 years. So when you start getting overnight billionaires who are flaunting their money, buying expensive clothes, expensive shoes, it doesn't make sense because you are not paid that much. We know the salary you get. It's not enough for you to be flying choppers around, unless the other deals you are doing. Yeah, and we cannot say you are running a business because you have been plucked out of the public to go represent the people. So you have no time running businesses. So when the Bishop David Kadia came in with that strong message, it was a condemnation of the political class, right from the top to the MCA down there, to the CECs in counties. They've made Kenyans a cash cow. They don't care how much Kenyans are suffering. They don't care how much people are going through. What they care is about their pockets. And it's good that the church has started calling out the president, the government, the governors, and all the representatives that we've elected. It's a shame that people have abandoned the cause. People have abandoned the constitution and what Kenyans elected them to do. Nobody elected the president to oversee the killings of Kenyans. Nobody elected the president to run scandals morning to evening. Nobody elected the president to make life harder. We elect our representative or our leaders, of which they are not leaders, they're just representatives. We elect a representative to represent us and make sure our lives are better, our resources are managed better. We don't get scandals every time. But now look at this government that we are in. and why this preaching was monumental. First, scandals in SHA. Money is being stolen left, right, and center in the Ministry of Health, where we citizens wants to get help, where citizens want to get better healthcare. Two, you can see in agriculture, where we want to get our food, there have been scandals there every now and then. Money being stolen from fertilizers, uh, farmers' compensation being inconsistent from those in Rift Valley, in Mount Kenya, lack of support from government. The money that is being given, that is supposed to go for the support for farmers, is no longer there. Is not even there in the first place. If you go to education, which is the most critical part of developing a country, because education makes people aware, makes people empowered enough to know how what is going on in the country, and even be involved in shaping the country. But look at the education sector is in confusion and shambles. There's nothing we can sit down and say that is working in education, except the private schools, the private sector, the private education, right from uh, playgroup to universities. It's only the private universities that are working. The public ones are crumbling. The lecturer strike is in its second month, and there's no there doesn't seem to be any end to it. Yeah. So if you put all these things together, you start saying that someone is a wake up call to Kenyans, for Kenyans to come up way stronger and fight on their own. In previous times, we've had Raila coming in, but for now, there's no Raila who is coming to save us. There's nobody like Raila who is he's now resting. He's in his place, rightful place. He has done his part. Now is the time for Kenyans to come up and fight for economic liberation, fight against corruption, because fight against these debts that we've been piled upon by governments, especially the Ruto government that is still in power up to now. So it's it's a good sermon, and it's and those who don't know Bishop David Kobia, he has been that vocal for quite some time. It's only that I've been surprised to see people uh, finally discover him. But he has been there, and he has also been sent DCI for what he used to say, or what he was saying in 2023. So he's a very revolutionary bishop, and I hope the president, specifically the president and the government, can listen to the message and change their ways, manage our resources very well, avoid this kind of corruption that is going on, and try to steer the country into the right direction. I hope Raila's death uh, gives the president and the government that consciousness to come in, to abandon what they are doing, to abandon those funny, shady deals, and to sit down and serve the country, because this country needs a lot of service, needs a lot of selflessness. It needs uh, wonderful leadership, good governance. That's what people are fighting for now. That's what people want to see. Yeah, and the fact that we are having a very educated generation that is coming up, generation of young people, then it begs for the government to try and meet the their demands, try and meet their needs, their public needs, because Kenya is still a poor country, because we still have a lot of poverty among us. And when you see poverty thrive in a nation, it means government is failing. So, and mostly, and I can assure you that most of our problems, the things we are going through, the difficult situations we are going through, the economic situation we are in right now, all stems from corruption. All stems from stealing and the urge to steal, because you are being invited to a government not to work but to loot, to take Kenyan's money and put in somebody's pocket, or even your pocket as a government employee. The trust that Kenyans have had in the government is no longer there. People no longer trust the government to do anything for them, because there are deals that this government is making. There are deals, shady deals, that are tying up the country into a sort of colonization. We're being colonized by our fellow people. We're being colonized by a Kalenjin. We're being colonized by a Gikuyu, somebody we know, somebody we can talk to, somebody who talks Kiswahili like us, somebody who can talk English, somebody who's black like us, somebody who's African, or somebody who even claims to be a Pan-Africanist. Those are the people who are stealing from us. The people who claim to have grown up in poverty. People who claim they know what they are doing, but they end up doing the opposite. They come sell hope, and then they deliver hopelessness. And if you can see the Kenyan economy now, and the Kenyan rate of unemployment, there's so many people who are unemployed, they cannot meet their daily needs. They cannot sit down and have a proper meal in a day. So if you see this kind of things come up, and you see the church coming out strong, and I would urge more preachers, more bishops to come out strongly and to charge a good part for the country, to call out these leaders who are draining the country. It is not fair. It is not good. It is ungodly to do whatever the kind of corruption they're doing. And they're not stealing just simple money. It's in billions, hundreds of billions, 60 billion, 100 billion. And 100 billion can actually carry an entire education sector. Can, for the entire country. Can even be a game changer in the healthcare sector. But we've gotten away from stealing millions. No, stealing 10 million is nothing. Now it's billions, tens. Now we are moving to hundreds of billion. Yeah, we'll be stealing 200 billion, 300 billion. Very soon we'll just sell the entire country. So if we are not really careful, as the bishop said, things are going to be bad, and the president stands condemned.